Hello and welcome to episode 39 of the Blender and Unity Crash Course. This episode we're going to do a couple things. We're going to set up our coins. We're going to fix a little bug with our player that I've found. And we'll start getting into audio and special effects. You see these two folders here. Don't worry about those for now. We're going to import some stuff very shortly. So first, this player controller. There's one thing I wanted to do right here. So I'll demonstrate first. As we jump, if we attack at the same time, say we attack and then we jump, right? Kind of bugs us out. It allows us to, even though we have that can move bool, it will allow us to jump even though we're not able to move, right? We don't want that. So let's just add can move to our jump function right here. And can move. That's it. Boom. Done. So that bug is fixed. Just going to make sure. So it shouldn't let me jump or attack if I'm busy, basically. There we go. If I jump, can't attack, I can attack, and I cannot jump until it's done. Great. The next thing we want to do is set up our coin, so that's interactable as well. So let's go to our prefabs. Let's take in our gold coin, and on our little trigger, we just come into this coin pickup, and we'll do the same thing as our crate break. Similar anyway. Let's drag this in, or sorry, copy and paste this right here. Just do it right there. Okay, we don't want to instantiate anything yet. Well, let's put a note here. Sparkle. So we do a little sparkle effect, and maybe play a sound effect. And add coin to player stats. So we'll create a little player stat script as well, so we know how many coins we have. And of course, we have 3 different coins. So let's say public int equals 0, and we'll just make a note here. 0 is gold coin. 1 is silver coin. 2 is copper coin. Just tell ourselves that. Say coin type. Got to give that a name. All right, and we'll say just if the player walks into them. Okay, so we'll tag the player. That's probably it for now. Let's go with that. Okay, so the coin type, this one is 0 is gold. Good. And let's just make sure that our player is tagged player. So I either want it on the character controller here, or we can go down to our bumper sphere. Here we go. Tag this player. So that way, if the sphere bumps into it, we'll get it, but maybe we want to add the tag here as well on the character controller, just so that if his head hits it, I was going to ignore the feet, but in case. Sorry. We need to assign a parent object to this one, so we need to say public game object, parent object. Okay, and we'll destroy the parent object. Yeah, because it's right then it was just destroying the trigger, only the game object that this script is attached to, right? So now we need to just say destroy the coin. Okay, save. Now we should be able to walk into that and see it disappear. Boom. So let's just set up these here as well. Copper coin and the silver coin. Just to make sure they're all ready. Let's come down to the trigger. This coin type 2 was copper. This one was silver. Want that game object. And this trigger, we want that game object. Okay, let's go to our parents and just say overrides, apply all. Good. Okay, I'm just going to walk into these and make sure it's working okay. Good. Okay, so we have our frame rate manager. Let's create a new script called game manager. And because you name it Game Manager with a capital G and a capital M on Manager, it's going to give you a little gear icon for this script, so you always know where it is. Handy dandy. So let's go public int, because we want to be able to change this from our coin pickup, right? Add one to it. We'll say gold coins. Give it a default value of 0. And we'll just say current score with a default value of 0. We'll have a high score that we'll save. But in order to do that, we need to check what our current score is at the end of each round. So in the start, I guess we can set all this to 0. Unless you want to have your game save within. So when I show you, at runtime, and be able to come back to your session whenever you want. I'll explain a way to do that when we use our player preferences, but for now I'm just going to use player prefs to save a high score. And maybe some settings when we get into that. So that'll probably work for now. We can display this as well. Let's use another script for that one. Let's also do one called player health. Whoops, public int player health. Let's give that a default value of 3. Let's also give ourselves a checkbox, public bool. Player is dead. Default value of false. Okay, that'll just help us close the game out later on. So we won't use much of this just yet, but we will start adding our coins and see how they can display. So for now, just make sure we're not maximizing on play. Let's select our game manager, drag in this script. Okay, so now on our coin script, here on the coin pickup, coin type is 0. We want to add one of the player the gold coins. So let's just add. Actually, I don't think we need to call that at the start. We could probably do something here saying. See if I remember how to write it. So we'll say public static game manager. Call this instance. We'll say if instance equals null, instance equals this. And we can say else. Basically saying if there's 2 of these, destroy this one, right? I think that should work. So here we can say game manager.instance. Yeah, that should work out for us. Dot gold coins plus. We could say plus plus there. That basically just means add 1, or we could say plus equals 1. It's same kind of thing. So let's do this. Okay, so let's copy, paste that twice. We need one for the silver, one for the copper. This one's going to be silver. Whoops, gold, silver. Silver coins. Copper coins. Whoops. Cool, so that should work out. This is a nice little trick, just to not have to call scripts at the start function of all your stuff, and just be able to basically state something about it on any random line. Let's go. So now with our game manager selected, we should see these go up as we pick up these coins here. Okay, we got 1 gold coin, got 1 silver, got 1 copper. We pick them up at the same time. Cool. So next thing we want to do is probably display these on our screen somewhere. So what I'll get you to do now is we'll go to Window, Package Manager, and we're going to import here from the Unity registry. You can import the post-processing 3.1.1. Good to do that right away. We're not going to use this yet, but we do need it for our special effects folder there. So bring that in. Just type in post here. It'll give you post-processing. Also type in text Mesh Pro 3.0.4. Okay, we're gonna want this. This is gonna give us a really nice high resolution on any of our text objects. If it doesn't say import there, just click update. There you go. It'll give you the latest version. So now we can use those in our game. So let's click here on 2D. This little 2D option here will flip the game into from 3D to 2D. And here we can see our camera canvas basically once we create it. Right click, UI, and for now let's just create a canvas. Okay, so it gives you a canvas and an event system. An event system is basically something that's going to recognize what you have selected, like buttons, icons, text, stuff like that. It's going to trigger buttons, basically events. It's an event system for your UI, user interface. So under our canvas, let's go to UI and go to Text Mesh Pro. Okay, here I'm just going to type in gold coins. Oh. Okay, if you get this message here, just import the TMP essentials. It's necessary. All right. I like using this rect tool, right? It gives you these blue dots. We can place this just up in the corner, I guess. Just click and drag. Well, here's what we'll do. We'll just say 0. This will be this will keep our score. So we can come down here and change the alignment. Let's put it on the right. Bring this over. Something else you want to do to your canvas is come down here and say from constant pixel size, scale with screen size. Okay, you're going to want to know what you're looking what you're doing in that ratio, just so that anybody with a different monitor size can see things properly. Let's rename this gold coins display. Let's create an image. Let's go UI image, and we'll create an icon for ourselves. We can change it to yellow or something. Let's do that. Let's say it was about there. We can change this to 40 by 40. Why not? Change this to like a yellow. And we'll create our an icon for each of these. There's our gold coin display. We just duplicate this. Bring this down a little bit. Duplicate this one. Bring it down a bit. So here we say silver coin display. Change this to something silver-ish. Cool. Don't want the examples and extras. Thanks, though. All right. So in our game, that's going to be pretty large. That's fine for now. Next thing we need to do is set these texts. So let's go to our game manager. Right here. Let's go void updates. Create an update function for ourselves so it always knows. Or I guess we don't need to do that. Let's change this to void update display. Or void update coin display. Okay, structure it that way. We will say up here we're going to need a few objects for our text. So let's say text mesh. These using statements up here, you're going to need them for AI, UI, all kinds of stuff like that. So right now we're going to type in using Unity engine.ui. We want to say things about buttons and whatnot and text. And let's say using text mesh TM Pro. Okay, they abbreviated it. So with that, we can say text mesh pro UGUI. And this is basically a text mesh object, right? So here we'll say our coin text, gold coin text. Okay, let's duplicate this for our silver and our copper. Probably keep that lowercase. Okay, and here on update, we'll just say gold coin text dot text. Basically, the text of that object is going to say gold coins, and now we can use a function called .toString. Right, you need parentheses after a function. So basically, this is just going to turn a number into a text. So it's going to read that it's a 0 and type in 0. So we'll make this public. Do the same thing with our silver and our copper. And we'll call it right at the start, just so it knows. So it knows it's all at 0. Okay, so it'll set this right away. Next thing we can do is, because this is public and we have our static instance here, we could, on the coin pickup, just say GameManager.instance.update coin display. Okay, cool. So that should now display here as soon as we drag these in. Okay, so it's looking for 3 objects now. We have our gold coin display, silver coin display, copper coin display. Cool. Now with that, we should be picking these up and seeing them on our screen. There we go. Okay, I'm just going to sprinkle a few around. Let's get out of 2D by clicking this button right here. Come down here. Just put these around. See how this goes. there you have it. Not bad. Okay, so we're set up to almost build our level. Let's finish our prefabs and stuff like that. So in the next episode, we're actually going to be setting up sounds and special effects, particle effects. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope to see you there.